So my question is, tell us what you think, like your speculation surrounding PulseChain's launch. Like, what do you think will happen to HEX, PulseChain, and PulseX specifically? What do you think will happen on launch to these three coins?
To those three coins, well, HEX, we're getting the copy. I'm very excited to see what the OA does. What I mentioned before, what kind of moves our favorite benevolent well makes, and if that'll be to be ensure parity or what they do with liquidity pools. I'm excited to see, so that on the HEX side and leading up to it, of course, people, again, if HEX is the biggest community and the coin that may have the most value, at least on PulseChain launch, it logically makes sense you would want to have HEX at PulseChain launch, because if you want a copy of such a valuable coin, that's not a prediction. That's just like 1 + 1 = hey, that makes sense that people would want to have a HEX bag or keep their HEX bag or maybe buy more HEX leading up to it. So that may happen. PulseChain testnet, we've been seeing some price action. Maybe that's something to do with the market. Maybe I've speculated before we have a mini bull run around when PulseChain launches or getting up to it or even through it, because the market is doing its thing right now. We're not sure how 2023 is going to play out, but we know what's happening, or we don't know. We don't have expectations, but we figure something may happen this year around the RH ecosystem, and there may be a lot of economic energy, especially if PulseChain launches this year. A lot of economic energy going into it, maybe going out of it, maybe people taking loans, there's a lot of dry powder sitting out there. If the market believes it's time, explosion, fireworks, chainsaws, just madness. And what's going to be, how is Richard positioned this new product, PulseChain and PulseX, both node products? How well has he positioned it to take advantage of such a massive, massive opportunity? It's almost like he's a genius billionaire who knows what he's doing. It almost seems as if he has an idea of how to create products and put them in the market with the most amount of economic energy surrounding them. So whether that was whether market timing, you can debate that back and forth, or whether that was intentional or not. Maybe we thank Vitalik, thanks ETH 2.0 for launching, and us pivoting there, and then that just naturally delaying things until we get into a better economic atmosphere. But HEX, a lot of people think it's going to do super well, going up to PulseChain testnet. Could be days, could be weeks away. It certainly feels that way based on the screenshots I've seen and the way Richard's talked about it. And then mainnet, who knows when it's going to launch? Hopefully summer, hopefully fall. It definitely seems more likely than ever it'll be this year rather than 2024. That was my previous one, and I'm like, maybe I have a little bit more hope it'll launch this year. But all the products, we talked about all this stuff launching on them, all the economic energy that's just waiting to be unlocked. A lot of people sacked. And a lot of people sacked for a lot of money outside of the billions of dollars for the blue chips, outside of PulseChain and PulseX stuff. There's a lot of money and a lot of other sacks in the community projects as well.
Yes.
So 2023, I was not expecting it to be a very interesting year. But from what we know now, if we get a PulseChain launch this year, I don't know how. It's just not, not saying you're going to get rich immediately and you're going to get that yacht and all that stuff. But it certainly seems like there's going to be more going on than we thought this year from the current pulse of the ecosystem.
Absolutely. And